All right, today I'm going to test drive this 2014 Ford Mustang. So let's go and take a look at it first before we hit the road. All right, here we have a 2014 3.7 V6. Pretty clean engine. There's some room here at the front of the engine, which I'm not used to that, but anyway, there's some room around this for being a V6 Mustang. The batteries here in the back, windshield washer fluid, coolant, oil, dipstick, brake fluid. Alright, so let's check out the rest of the car. Alright, we'll start here on the front driver's wheel. Disc brake. I don't know how much pad we can see, or we can see. Yeah, there's some pad in there. I don't know how well you get the camera in there. There's a pad there. That's good. What size tire are we? Or am I missing it? 215, 65, 17-inch wheels. Alright. I don't see no damage. Looking pretty good. We'll check out the inside of the car here in a moment. Here's the back tire and wheel. Disc brake. I'm a big fan of the disc brake. Can't really see much for the pad. It's kind of hidden. Anyway, plenty of tread on the tires. The gas cap, which is just press to unlock. And there you go, with no screw lid. My car has that option, so that's convenient. Some trunk space here. Oh, we got dual exhaust. That's cool. Here's some trunk space. Not too bad. Here's some rubber mats for the car. The spare wheel down here. Right there's the jack handle. Or the lug nut wrench. I'm not sure where the jack is located. It might be in a compartment. Anyway, gonna close that up. Over here to the passenger side. Disc here. Can't really see the pad. It's kind of hidden. The tire. Got plenty of tread on that. Good news. I don't see no damage on the outside, so looking pretty good. Disc brake. Trying to see the pad again. It's such a difficult angle to get to, but you don't see no groove marks, so that's a good sign. So, tread looks pretty good. So now we can check out the inside of the car. Alright, I moved both of the seats forward. The driver's side seat is electronic. The passenger seat's manual. So here's some seat releases for the person in the back. The back has these bucket seats. I don't know if they come down. It looks like the headrest will come down. I see a button up there for that. Other than that, you know, not the best for leg room, but I need two hands for this one. Alright, and then over here you just have the electronic adjustable seat for the driver's side. Alright, so here for the passenger side, we have a manual where it just easily slides. So that's convenient. So I say we go for a test drive, see how this thing handles the road, and we'll test out to see what it drives like. Alright, I'm going to take this 2014 Mustang for a test drive, and as you've been outside more than 5 seconds, and you know how hot it is. I'm already sweating pretty bad, so I'll show the inside of the car here in a minute. Right now, just take this thing for a quick spin and see how it drives as I sweat. Feel like I'm being baked alive in this temperature. Alright, we've got a half tank of fuel, 130,000 miles. Make sure my seatbelt don't rub on the mic. Alright, here we go. The top is down, so I'm hoping for some cool air. Hopefully that helps. See if I get turned around here. Pull out onto Main Street here in Crooksville. Give a car review for AA Auto here in Crooksville. The man, Austin Allen, who runs AA Auto, has been a good sponsor for Crooksville News. And so when I have time, I like to review some of his cars. And it's difficult to do, only because time is a difficult thing to have when you're busy. Anyway, coming out here to 93, and I can head towards New Lex. What time is it? All right. This 2014 Ford Mustang has a 3.7 V6, which is probably a little bit better than the V8 when it comes to fuel mileage. As we all can see, fuel mileage, or the price of fuel, has been outrageous, and we all hope it goes back down soon. But until then, here we are driving a 2014 Ford Mustang with a V6 in it. Smooth, responsive. I'm slightly on a corner, so I'll test to make sure the wheel stays straight once I get out here as I drive by the Crooksville school. It's very responsive, smooth ride, nice convertible air. Not sure what those lights are on for. Maybe I got a door open or something. I don't know. Anyway, come around this other corner, then driving the speed limit here. It's 55 miles per hour. Alright, now we're on the straightaway. Let the hands off the wheel, and it stays straight. So that's a good sign. That shows good alignment. You don't want it pulling to one side or another. Same with the brake. Ain't no one really behind me. It isn't pulled to one side or another, which typically means that the calipers are good. The rubber hose, brake hose is in good condition. Otherwise, it will pull from one side or another. But this car, pretty smooth. CD player, AM, FM, has a USB plug, 12 volt plug. Heating and air. And tonight I will drive this thing when it's dark out, and maybe we can test out the air conditioning bin. Maybe I'm test driving this car while I'm on my way to the Perry County Agricultural Board meeting just outside New Lex there at the fair. Trying to get, do two things at once, because it's been a while since I've done a car review for AA Auto. There we are. Now we're on Tunnel Hill Road. It's got plenty of power, but a nice cruising car. I think that's what this car is really meant for. It isn't necessarily the high speed, but it's power if you need it, and a good smooth cruising car if you want to go out and just cruising. I think this is probably a great car for probably someone who is, mature, and someone who's probably always wanted an affordable Mustang. So now we're here at Tunnel Hill Road. The railroad gates are down. They're just now coming up. And here we go. And this humidity is something else. Okay, that wasn't a train that went by. It doesn't look like it was some maintenance vehicles that was on the train track. But like I said, nice, responsive. Like there isn't really any play in the steering wheel. The brakes are responsive. The fuel, when you hit the gas, very responsive. I like that. It's good. I'm not the hardest to impress either. Like, I just want something that's reliable. That's like me, my own personal feel on cars. But go around this corner. Yes, feels good. And it's been a while since I've driven something with a large hood, so kind of feels awkward to see that long hood out there. But here we are on Tunnel Hill Road, going through a lot of shaded area, so it helps with the air, making the air feel good. This is nice. Areas like this, you know, it's nice to take a ride on the motorcycle too. Nice shaded areas, feel the nice cool air. But also nice in a convertible. This Mustang, I don't know how long he's had it, but you know, these are pretty hot items, and I keep hitting my elbow on that release button. Anyway, this Mustang looks like it redlines somewhere around 6,750, give or take, RPMs. That's a pretty hard RPM redline for a V6. Like, I drive 4 cylinders, and most of my 4 cylinders will redline between 6,200, 6,500, or maybe one of them will go a little bit higher than 6,500. So 6,750 RPMs for a redline shows you a good quality built engine that can handle such high RPMs. That's really nice. Horn works. Maybe I'll confuse the guy in front of me. As we approach the top of a hill here on Tunnel Hill Road and back down to the other side. But if you haven't driven a convertible, you know, take one out for a test drive, see if you like it. Many times you'll see someone driving a convertible with the windows up, from the top down, and that may be confusing for many, but that just keeps the wind from coming in and, you know, messing up your hair or whatever. Keeps it more calm while having you know, the top down. Smooth car. Nice grippy. I drive a hunk of junk, which is probably why it's easier to impress me, but my hunk of junk's much more wobbly. This Mustang is a much nicer car than my normal daily driver. Steering wheel's kind of big. I like the colors, but the black and this silver, that contrast between those two really complements each other. The dash is a whole lot of black with a very little chrome or whatever that is. Oh yeah, there's a 12-volt plug-in up there as well. And in my opinion, too much black. I would have somebody decorate that in some way. But that's just me. Everybody's got their own opinion on what looks nice or decorative. My son, he does a good job at making his car look a little fancier without getting expensive or crazy. But this car, a lot of black on the dash, a whole lot of it. All right, coming into New Lexington, and we can drive through town, and I can get to the Perry County Agricultural Board meeting. most of these meetings, you know, can be boring, but there are some moments that lives inside these meetings that it's probably best to experience in person. Not everything comes through great on video, if that makes any sense to you. Here in New Lex, I'm going to turn left here on Broadway. You can see here the external temperature, the direction of travel, radio station, and the time. I don't think I've ever seen a radio with so many buttons, 1 through 10. I've seen a lot of 1 through 6. So this is the first through the 1 through 10. Maybe that's there for some secondary reason other than choosing channels, I would assume. The exhaust on this, the dual exhaust, pretty quiet. Like, at least from inside the car with the top down, you really don't hear the exhaust. So if you like a quiet ride that is stylish, comfortable, you know, this car would be great for you. 2014 Ford Mustang. And that 3.7, that's on the fairly, on the larger size for V6 engines. So it's a pretty good size V6 engine. Gives you power if you want to get out and kind of play around and always drive safe. Don't need no one getting hurt. It's a great car for a car that you want to go cruising in, or even a daily driver, excluding February for obvious wintertime reasons. But I don't know, I'll pull in here to the Perry County Fairgrounds. Got somebody pulled to the side, whatever that's about. So I'm not sure where the meeting is going to be. Sometimes it's in this building here on the right, upstairs. And sometimes it's down here. That big building is called the Coliseum. Over here would be the office. Most of the time, it's at the office. So, see what we can find out once I get here. So until after the meeting, I will let you guys go, and so I'll just finish this review on my way back to Crooksville, maybe. So wish me luck. All right, Perry County Board meeting. Perry County Board Agricultural Board meeting is over. Some drama that people will enjoy on the video, but I am back in the 2014 Mustang. It is not as late as it is typically when this meeting is over, so we still have some daylight to enjoy this Mustang. So let's go for a ride. Here I am leaving the fairgrounds, heading back to Crooksville. The dash lights on here, now that I got my headlights on, they're blue. The dash. I like that. My car is white, plain Jane, boring. Like I said before, I'm pretty easy to impress with these cars. Showing low tire pressure. I think the driver's side rear tire is low on air. You can barely tell, but you can see something. So I'm guessing it's that tire. Other than that, pretty smooth car. I don't see no real damage that looks concerning. Pick up and go. So I'm going to drive through here, through New Lex here, and yeah, it's daggone humid outside that it's not even worth putting the convertible up. Might as well enjoy the convertible portion of the Mustang. And again, thanks to AA Auto, Austin Allen out of Crooksville, for sponsoring these car reviews and sponsoring Crooksville News. If it wasn't from people like him, then it would be much more difficult to do some of the things I'm able to do with Crooksville News. So if you're looking for a used car, and I'm not just saying this because he's a sponsor, but he is an honest and trustworthy guy. I've yet to find anybody who has had a bad experience with him. Every review I've read has been absolute stellar, awesome. So, based on my experience talking to him on many occasions, and based on those reviews, you really can't say nothing negative about the guy. He did have one gentleman that was wanting to buy this, but I guess he had some issues with his credit or something. So I don't know. But he seems to work with a lot of people with, average credit, bad credit, whatever. But pay your bills on time and build good credit. That's usually how that kind of works.